Have you ever noticed that episode of the Veggie Tales where Bob and Larry are murdered by Islamic terrorists? Remember that one? In which the cucumber character is pickled for his faith. Remember that? In which Bob the tomato is slaughtered. Julianne. Remember that? No, you don't remember that, because there's never been such an episode made. There never will be such an episode made, because the idea of being slaughtered for the faith would be disturbing to children. Let me tell you what's even more disturbing to children. The idea of crucifixion, substitution, resurrection from the dead, judgment, condemnation for sin. And yet that is the gospel of Jesus Christ. Anything else is not the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so if we are telling our children the way in which you learn the Bible is to learn to look at characters and to emulate them, to learn how to get along with one another. Jesus had friends, you have friends. Noah took care of pets, you take care of pets. The apostles shared, you share. You are creating and training up an army of Protestant liberals who will die and go to hell with signed True Love Waits cards. Jesus says the Spirit works sovereignly and powerfully only where there is a proclamation and a lifting up of a crucified Christ, of a condemnation that is found and a condemnation that is paid. We so often shy away from that kind of teaching and preaching precisely because we want to ease people into the gospel. Jesus is saying, if you want to see how God works, this is how he works, by calling people to see themselves in the crucifixion, by calling on people to see themselves in the resurrection, by seeing a crucified Jesus and to cry out for mercy to be found, to be hidden in that Christ. We avoid that kind of proclamation. We avoid the message of a one who has become a curse for us. And instead, when we speak of the crucifixion, so often we do so only in terms of how Jesus must have suffered. If Jesus did all of this for you, then what can you do for him? And so we try to get the people in our churches to scrunch up their faces and feel sorry for Jesus. Jesus doesn't want you to feel sorry for him. Jesus says, I willingly bring myself to the point of taking on the Father's wrath. Jesus says, I willingly bring myself of bearing the curse upon my own self. I willingly place myself here, and I conquer death, hell, and condemnation.